Good morning, everyone. We have Madison here. Madison, say hi.
Hi.
And her daddy, Romy. And today she is going to go to a place where you do like a lot of jumping activities. You know, those jump parks. It's President's Day, so we figured we'd do that and have fun. And it was actually a good reminder for me. I've been wanting to post a video on how I do her hair in the morning. A lot of people comment on my Instagram, oh, nice hair. Here's the thing. I'm not perfect at it. It took a lot of practice, but I figured I'd share it with you because I have a lot of friends that are having kids, and it'd be cool. So here you go. Before we start, I'm gonna share with you some tools we use. Okay? A brush.
I already know that.
Small brush. This one's called Wet Brush. You can get on Amazon. Sephora has one too. If you go to Sephora, they have like a little gold copper one. I actually prefer that one more. But on Amazon, you can get these, and I think they come in bundle packs, so it might actually be cheaper. These little elastic bands, they come in different colors. Also, you can buy it on Amazon, so that's neat. And you do want something that will help detangle and condition your kid's hair when you're brushing it, so you're not like snagging it. Thank you, Madison. This is from Garnier Whole Blends. Check it out. I think you could also get that on Amazon. Madison is 6. If you have one of these, one second, sweetheart, I'm going to show them the chair. If you get one of these when they're younger, and you're like, oh, you know what, they're too big for it, don't give it away, because this comes in handy, especially if you're like me and you're just like, I don't want to be on the floor as I'm doing the hair because hashtag knee problems. IKEA chair, you could use one of these too. But this gives me good leverage. And so Madison's actually going to get a haircut soon. The truth about Madison's hair is it's not too long. It's medium, right? Madison, turn around, sweetie. Let me see if I can get this. Yeah. So it's not that long, but it's long enough that it could get in her way when she's working on art projects, helping me bake, cook, and especially when she's playing or eating, right? You just don't want stuff getting in the hair. So it's good to kind of like help put some of that hair back. We could do a simple ponytail, sure, but there's two things I want to kind of do. I want to get the bangs out of the way so they're not in the food and in front of her eyes. And I do want to add some style to the back, not just the ponytail. The ponytail's nice, but
We're gonna trim a little bit.
Oh, is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, when
right.
my haircut is good.
So let's get started. Oh, get a little container. I have a container with hair clips and those elastic bands. That makes it easy to just like grab, bring it over, and not have to carry all this around. I just put this and this in here, and I have like everything I need to do her hair. So you could actually spray this directly on her hair. I don't like to do that because I end up like missing, or I spray too much in one spot. So I actually spray the brush. By the way, this is what I do. Please leave a comment below on any recommendations on how I could do better. This is super important. As I brush her hair, especially these ends, I'm going to be holding onto her hair. The reason why is because if I just go directly in, there's a chance I'll snag and I'll pull her hair out and I'll pull her head. By holding it taut here and brushing this way, I'm keeping her hair kind of like relaxed up here. I'm not hurting her head. So definitely do that. I recommend that. So up here it's pretty soft. Let me do this. I'm holding it behind. You can't tell, but I'm still holding it. So right now all I'm doing is I'm trying to get the tangles out and get the hair straight. How you doing, sweetie?
Good.
Good. All right. You know what I noticed too when I rubber band? You'll see it in a second. When Madison's mom does this, it comes out perfect. When I do it, for some reason, I really just can't get all the hair I want into the rubber band, and I have a feeling it's because I don't have the finesse, but also my hands are dry and static. So what happens is, you'll see it right here. So here's the first rubber band step. I'm just gonna take a little bit of hair here and rubber band that. And this is simply to keep the bangs from falling into her face. So if you look over here, I'm not grabbing that much. I'm really not. It might actually look like a lot on camera, but it really isn't that much. Okay. So this is pretty much the hair that would fall into her face usually. You'll see she's getting a haircut soon. Some baby hairs are going to fall out because they're not going to meet kind of the length of what I'm trying to grab.
Baby
but
hairs.
that's okay because those won't actually reach your eye.
Baby hairs.
Yeah, called baby hairs, my love. Grab an elastic band. So watch.
He picked purple.
Go like this. We've all done it. Dads and moms have done it. So dads, no excuses. I'm just going to come up here, hold it like this. Just rubber band it like you would maybe a plastic bag or something. And I usually do 1, 2, 3. Now you don't want to pull her hair or his hair when you're doing that. You also don't want it too close because you want the bangs to have some wiggle room. Like the last thing you want to do is have it so taut that it's actually pulling their hair back. That's probably a no-no. So here now.
No.
Just doing that already, actually I could just stop here and the bangs would be out of her hair. Now to actually add a little more style, I'm going to grab probably a little more hair from the, look this way, sweetie. Look that way. Yep. So this is what I've done so far. I'm actually going to grab like around this much and I'm going to take the original bundle I had along with the new group of hair I have, and I'm going to rubber band all that together. So it'll be a second part that'll reinforce it. So go ahead and look at the camera, sweetie. Here we go. I'm going to take the brush again to help kind of like straighten what I've grabbed. Also try to remove some of the loose hairs that I don't want with it. See, this is where like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a lot of like hairs whisking around. I try to brush those away, but I think I do bring static with me and my dry hands kind of pull loose hairs. But it's fine. The other thing I like about these elastic bands is that they come in different colors. So if I really wanted to, I could match her shirt, which is blue, white, purple,
Rainbow.
pink, yellow, green, rainbow colors. And I could do the same pattern up here. And I've done that before. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to go ahead and grab whatever rubber bands I have. And this one.
If you want to take it out, you have to be super careful because maybe it will try to get it out.
That's right. Madison brings up a good point. When she comes home and we take the rubber bands out, you're going to want to be very careful. The last thing you want to do is just start pulling them out quickly because it will take hair alongside the rubber band. So be very careful. I recommend 2 things. One, well, first of all, what I don't recommend is just pulling it out this way. It seems like a good idea until you get to the end, and sometimes you end up pulling hair with it. I like to actually just take the rubber band and break it. I know some people don't like that because it hurts their hands. Totally get it. Basically, just undo the rubber band, like reverse what you did. So I would pull this up and kind of like reverse everything I just did, and it would come off. Not a big deal. So here, if Madison had longer hair, which she did in the past, I would actually do this again, and I'd probably do it here. But it's fine now. So I'm going to stop here for the front, and now I'm going to work on the back. Now, what we're going to do... Sorry, sweetie. This is also why I like these chairs. I could just like move her around as I'm doing it on the couch. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to find a split. So we're going to kind of like separate our hair here, because we're going to do... I'm not sure what you call it. What do you call it, sweetie, when we separate your hair? It was on the tip of my tongue earlier. See, I just do it. I don't know what I'm doing. Not really good at this. So here we go. So I kind of separate it, and what you'll see is you should have like a line coming down here. That kind of shows like the scalp, and you'll see that there's like, it should be like in the middle. Because if you do it this way or this way, it'll just look funky, right? So now I'm going to go like this. Again, I'm going to brush some of the hair alongside it. It doesn't look centered right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little more actually. Let's see. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you really don't want it to be super off. Otherwise, you'll be done and you'll see your kid walking around and you'll be like, I should have probably done better. So here we go. Now, to keep the hair together, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use 2 rubber bands. It's not going to be fancy. I'm basically just do 1 rubber band and then do another one right over it. So here we go. Whoa, sorry. Alright, I'll grab a rubber band. One. See what I'm doing here? Boop. Usually when I do this with Madison in the morning, I'll keep her focused on something. You know, maybe it's turn on the TV for a hot second so she could watch while I do this way.
Or sometimes I can watch my iPad.
Or you can watch your iPad, or you could just listen to music. The whole idea is do something that'll keep her focused, because this could take a while, especially if you're doing it for the first time. And if she's moving her head a lot, it becomes really hard, especially if you're not used to this. You're just like, Madison, stop moving. I'm trying to get like the perfect split. But you know, keep at it, because what ends up happening is not only is this something that you have to learn, it's something that they have to learn too. They will have to learn how to kind of keep still. It's good bonding. We talk a lot. We study spelling words. There's a lot of things we do as we're doing this. So here I'm going to do the same thing. I basically just grabbed as much hair as I could in the front, brought it back, and I'm going to rubber band it here. I know it's my videography is not zooming in enough, but hopefully you get a good sense of what I'm trying to do here. That was 1 rubber band. And then, so look, you can see how it is so far. See, I could have done a better job here, but I'm nervous on the camera. And then here's another. Boom. 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 And that's pretty much it. So I'll brush these just to kind of bring some of those loose hairs out, smooth it out. What I do sometimes too, if I want to do a ponytail, I get creative. You just have fun with it. I'll use different color rubber bands, and I'll pull, you know how I pulled a little bit of hair here? And then I grabbed some hair and brought it here. I'll grab even more hair here, here, all the way to the middle, and then I'll bring everything together. Maybe I'll do that in another video. But that's pretty much it. So Madison, take a look at the camera. Now we can go and jump around, have lunch afterwards, and not have to worry about hair falling into her face. And also, oh, here's a neat thing about doing these side, I forget what they're called now. Not side ponytails, but once you do these sides, when she's in the car seat, she doesn't have a ponytail bump in the back of the chair, which could be irritating. These kind of fall on the side, and she could just sit comfortably. So there you go. Again, it's not perfect, but what I'm trying to show you is that you can have fun with this. It's great bonding. Many ways of doing it. And if it's your first time, listen, it's everyone's first time. It was my first time. It takes a lot of practice.
My first time.
That's right. Have fun with it. And give it a shot. Mommies, women, daddies, everyone. If you have any suggestions based on what you just saw, how I could do things better, please leave a comment below. I'd love to learn more. Anything you want to say, Madison?
You can see a lot in our videos next time.
Yep, let's make more videos. All right. Thanks, friends. Bye.
Bye-bye.